Welcome to CreativiTEA with Syafire, where we discuss all the projects and things we're working on messily, unapologetically, whatever it is, so that we don't have to focus on perfection. We can focus on the journey, which is the most important part of being a creative. I'm gonna hop right into what I've been working on lately. So number one is, which I can't show too many visuals because I'm still keeping this on the down low, but I'm getting a slight redesign for Syafire, which I'm very excited for. It is not like a whole rework because the one y'all have typically seen with my newest 2D model where she has a sweater and the yellow tank top is this cozy version of her. It's her I need to fit on Earth. Fit in on Earth. No, I'm not a magical celestial wolf girl outfit. And now I'm working on a magical girl outfit for her and possibly a new hairstyle for that. Initially, my idea was to commission it out, and I still might commission out the 2D model and the rigging. I'm still deciding. It's really interesting conversation. If you are an artist yourself, if you should be making your model, if you should hire somebody to make your model, what are all the other things you're doing at the same time, and where to focus your energy. Because if you get to a point where you're doing like everything, you do need to start hiring people and getting the help you need if you're in the position to be able to do so. That is definitely one of the biggest mistakes I talk about that I feel like I made early on in my VTubing career is not scaling and not hiring out and feeling like, oh, I'm the only one that can do this. It's a really, really not good mindset to get into. And something I was listening to recently mentioned about how true leadership comes with learning how to delegate tasks so that you can grow and let the company or the business or your stream or your community grow with you, because you're playing it small if you keep everything just doing it yourself, because there gets to a point where if it does grow beyond you, you need that help to be able to produce and reach some of those ideas that you have. So all that being said, I'm still doing my design myself, but I might hire out. I've looked around a lot. I've done a lot of research, and one of the people I wanted to hire, unfortunately, is busy until October. And I was like, you know what? I'll do the design myself, but I am going to be hiring artists to do commission work of Syafire, which I've already done a ton of, and I've been really happy with how those have been turning out. So I'm not going to show too much on them, but just stay tuned as I'm continuing to work on that. I have a ton of commission work for Sy, like I said, in the works too. So if you're not in our Discord, make sure you join. I'm keeping these a little under wraps because it's more of that like exciting redesign. You'll see it when it releases type thing. But all that being said, with scaling, I also hired an editor recently, which you guys will see some of those videos hopefully coming out soon. I'm trying to come up with a more laid out schedule for my content, and I've been having regular stream schedules again, which I stream 3 days a week over on Twitch if you ever want to stop by and hang out with us. But yeah, so for the YouTube videos, I think it's something that I've still been working through is how to balance full-time work with also doing content outside of work, because at first I was like, oh yeah, I got this, and I've been on a groove, but the last few days I've especially been feeling very just exhausted and tired. But I think that's because planning in breaks, and I've known this for a long time, is really essential, and sometimes I still get a little resistant to wanting to take a break because I'll be really excited to work on projects, and I'm trying to find that balance between motivation and running with it when you're feeling it versus taking a break. So I'd be curious to hear anybody's thoughts in the comments too about how you've experienced that. Like, when do you take a break? When do you keep pushing through the motivation? Your tips or your advice on things that you've done to help avoid burnout. We've talked about it a lot on the channel here, and I'm trying to push myself into a new way of thinking of like, I can take my rest, but I can still push, and I can also still take it slow. All these projects are still going on, but I can switch up the pace. Sometimes I'm going a little bit faster, sometimes I'm going a little bit slower, and that's okay. Being okay with that and knowing that to be true for yourself as well with the projects you have going on. Like, it's all right if it's taking a little bit of a slower moment because you have things going on in life, or oh my gosh, you have all this free time and all this motivation and you're really making good progress. It's okay for that to ebb and flow, and I think that's something that I'm working through right now, because when I hit the ground running, I want to keep running, and you need to take a break. You need to pull over, drink some water, get a little rest, rejuvenate yourself, and then get back on the track. And you might start off a little slow before you get into that momentum and that good sprint again. As for my 3D model that I talked about in earlier episodes, I took a pause working on it because after I came to this idea of wanting to do a slight redesign, I'm like, well, what do I do with my 3D model now? Do I keep going with it or do I pause? And at first I was like, well, if I'm going to get a new design, I should pause. But now I'm going to be working on it again, because I'm like, well, I like that version of Syafire and I think it'll work well for the 3D model. And these ideas of her design are still all working together. There's just mix matches and like new versions of it unfolding. And I think that's fine for the 3D model. So I think we'll continue that. The next thing I'm working on that's been really exciting is these VTuber throwables. I had the community vote on Twitch what kinds of throwables we should do from a group of ideas, and pastries won. I know, I'm just good at drawing food, okay? That's a little self-absorbed. No, I think I'm pretty good at drawing food and I really enjoy drawing it. So this is what they've been looking like so far. And I think they look so sick. And I'm going to be, just started coloring the cupcake on my last stream, and I'm going to be selling these on Etsy and probably on Booth as well. And hopefully I can make a tutorial on how to use the actual program TITS, also called TITS. For the VTuber throwable system. And the reason I've been doing this is because I've been trying to think of more ways to make passive income as a VTuber and artist, which I think you should consider as well. Instead of, if you do commissions, things like that, try to consider ways that you can make really good use of your time and work that into your workflow. Because the more you can upload your time, like upfront, put it up front, the better, because then if that money's coming into your pocket and you already made the asset, it will free up more time for you to do other things. So that's something I've been thinking a lot about lately and that I want to do. So the throwables I think are good. I do want to do some adoptables, but adoptables, if they're one-off, for those who don't know adoptables, it's like somebody creates a design, you can buy it. It's like you're not commissioning them, but it is still a unique design to you, but still that's kind of a one-off for your time. So it's not as strong, but I still want to do it because it seems fun. But yeah, just looking for more ideas for things people can buy that are more of like a mass collection of something. And then next, we are going to be launching a Eternal Gems Minecraft server. My partner so graciously is working on putting a mod pack together. We are really excited about the new aeronautics like being able to fly planes and have physics in Minecraft, which is super exciting. So we're putting that together. So again, make sure you join the Discord if you're interested in joining, because we'll be making an announcement for when that is going to be launched. All right, and honestly, that's what I got going on right now. And now it's time to spill the tea. What are some Eternal Gems working on in the community? Let's hear from each of them. First, we have Wither, and Wither is working on a voxel 3D modeling and light Lua coding and understanding, making Figura models. Hopefully I said all that right. So these are like interesting, more 3D looking Minecraft skins for those who have never heard of them. Wither learned Lua code and it's actually pretty simple. Oh, so there's a coding aspect. That's cool. Yet since I have no idea how to personally write it, it feels like working with a broken light switch at times. Yeah. Context Figura models will refuse to even load in game. Oh, with any kind of broken code? Yeah, that would be challenging. I plan to make a group avatar pack of all my friends over at the Stardust Superstars, yet converting the Sonic art style 3D blocky models have been difficult for the next project they plan to work on. Wither made it, and yet shout out to the Figura Discord for helping out new modelers. Even bigger shout out to the script creator who are willing to share their code. That's so nice. That's so cool. So let's see. Wither made this Figura model of Syafire. Look how cute it is. It fits so perfectly, and it's, oh my gosh, it's wonderful. I love it, and I'm really excited because I would love to use this model on the new Minecraft server that we're putting together. So very hyped with it. This looks awesome. Thank you so much for all your support through all the streams, and also always making some super cute fan art of Saya. Make a Void Saya model, being the #1 Void Saya fan after all. Just saying, it could be pretty cool. It'd be kind of crazy if like somehow the code could like glitch it in every once in a while. You know, like Herobrine with Minecraft, would it be like Void Saya skin like glitches in for like a second? That would be so freaky, dude. I don't know if that's possible with the code, but that'd be insane. Anyways, ideas. Next, we have Renzien. Renzien is working on stickers for an event in May, which is Patreons of Art, as a mini startup for start selling art merch for a booth alongside Star Charms, Peach, my sister's art merch business as well. That's gonna be so fun that you can do that together. I love how many people in the community are starting to sell artwork at artist alleys and work on merch. That's really cool. I'm still learning some trends and techniques and ideas for stickers, and not just making them into stickers, but other types of merch as well. It's a good idea to make use of your time. Like I was showing the VTuber assets that I'm working on, the throwables, I'll probably turn those into stickers as well, because then that's doubling my time. So if you can think of ways to do that too, that's really helpful. So that's cool to hear that you're thinking about that. And next you have planned, with the knowledge knowledge of boothing. Maybe someday I can pull up my own stall. Oh, so you're gonna be stalling with your sister, and then you want to have your own stall someday. Yes, you absolutely should, and your artwork's wonderful, so I think that'd be really fun for you. And the sticker's looking so cute. I love all the little poses, the little penguin. They're so freaking cute. And I love all the finished stickers you already have. They look amazing, and seeing where the sketch is at and seeing the final of what your stickers have been looking like, I think it's gonna turn out so well. And by the way, you should send me a link so I can buy one of your cat stickers, please. Thank you. And finally, we have Acidic Doll. This is one of the VRoid adoptables I'm working on. Oh, you're just talking about adoptables, and this design is so cute. They're a little gremlin with, I guess I'd say, punk or alternative fashion sense. I hope I don't get too attached to their design. I know that's the struggle with making adoptables. You're like, no, it's mine and I'm not gonna sell it because I made this character. I know what you mean so much, and this looks so good. But it will be really cool seeing your character take on a new life form by someone who can give it the attention by getting fan art done if you're working on your other projects. So maybe look at it that way. I think that's how I'm gonna have to start looking at it with my own characters. I'm still learning to do better hair on VRoid Studio. It's looking really nice though so far. Yes, my biggest problem is make the hair with more volume. Totally. Yeah, getting that voluminous look so it doesn't look flat. Yes. So as you can see, I'm sketching things out, which I think is a genius idea, great way to plan, and add more hair strands to help make it look more full and not so flat. I think that's a great idea, and I like what you sketched out with the horns so far and the hair pieces. My next project I'm doing is a collab VRoid character with my girlfriend. The character will be completely different art style from this one, old anime style. Yes, and then you can test out a different style, which maybe help you explore the hair in new ways too. That's gonna be so fun. This is looking great. Yo, y'all, check this out. If you're interested in this adoptable, I'll be leaving Acidic's info in the description. Y'all are doing some amazing work. I'm super proud of everybody. If you want to hang out with us while you're working on your projects, my Twitch stream is the best place to visit me, and I stream here on YouTube now as well. So make sure you stay tuned. Y'all better keep staying creative, and I'll see you next time on the Sapphire Star. Ooh.